Hey guys, hope you're having a good night. Wanted to do a quick check-in, just get a few messages from Spirit. The last what's today? Tuesday. The last week has been extra triggering and trying and just all kinds of shit. So I don't really want to talk about it. I'm gonna do I'll try to see if I can do a full reading tomorrow, but I just want to pull a few quick messages and kind of see they're flying out, and see what we get and what messages you guys might need. So we got clear quartz, focus, and ocean waves on the bottom. Okay, so kind of what Spirit's saying is a lot of you guys are having a lot of ups and downs right now. There's a lot of different emotions coming into clear. They want you to stay focused on yourself. They want you to focus on kind of what's coming up, what it's kind of showing you. Some of you is helping you release the past, and it's also helping you to see different perspectives on things. I know one of the themes that some of us are in right now is seeing the shadow of stuff. We had these long-standing beliefs or perceptions about stuff, and we're kind of seeing the flip side of it right now and seeing that what we thought maybe we weren't right about. And there's kind of this awareness coming in and this truth coming in. But they want to make sure you're not focusing on things that don't really matter, or things that are what is this card that's sticking out? Honeybee community. Things that don't really matter. And kind of what they're saying right now is don't focus on other people and what's going on with them, or gossipy shit, stuff like that. Focus on you. Focus on what your emotions and feelings are. Excuse me. When you're going to focus on other people, oftentimes it's because you're trying to avoid something within yourself. And they're saying a lot of you guys are just gossiping about stuff, or just kind of shit talking and judging people. And they're saying some of this is because there's something within you that you're not wanting to see or face when you keep focusing outside of you. But they're also saying some of you guys are trying to distract yourself from traumas and conditioning and things that are coming up. You're feeling really uncomfortable with it, or it's feeling really heavy. So try your hardest to go within and focus on it and just kind of see what it is. Remind yourself you're safe. Some of you guys maybe do it if you have a therapist or somebody who you trust, something like that. You can also journal it. Some of you, meditation might be helpful. Just kind of depends on your own, journey and your own energy. So we got earth, home, cedar tree, wisdom, and sun, faith. So it's interesting. I feel this card keeps coming out, this home card, this earth card. It's this, I know it says that, but to me, it feels this collective awareness and this collective shift. And there's a lot of things that are changing, but as things are shifting and changing, and a lot of it is the collective world stuff and things that are big themes within the world, and things we're healing. Is helping you gain awareness and wisdom to your subconscious beliefs and patterns and your own conditioning, and things that you've seen have been deeply ingrained in you growing up that you probably didn't even realize were your thoughts. You might internalize things a certain way or perceive things a certain way, below the surface. So what you're saying to yourself, consciously, and what you think about and you hear your thoughts, you might start getting the perspective awareness where below the surface, your subconscious mind is actually completely opposite of what you're telling yourself. So there's a lot of that coming up. With this sun faith card, I just get this energy of hopelessness. I get this depression, hopelessness energy, feeling this journey never ends, feeling hard times never end. If you're in this energy, try to look at what you're receiving. What is going on with you specifically in your own journey? Is it something to help you with healing? Is it something to actually bring you to where you want to go, or bring you what you want? Is it removing traumas and blockages and fears and different things that are helping you to actually get to the other side? And if you look at some of the things you've asked for or prayed about, maybe removing fears, or not feeling self-conscious, or to have more trust, or to feel safer in relationships, or to have a job where it's more rewarding and fulfilling. Look at what is breaking down right now, and most likely it's breaking down the things you've asked to be released and removed from your life. But when you're going through it, it's really uncomfortable and difficult. So they're saying kind of if you are losing hope, and you're kind of feeling just a lack of faith and trust right now. Just kind of, and the trapped in fear card literally just flew out. Just kind of see what you've been asking for like the last few months and see if it's actually removing obstacles and helping you change like your internal perception and helping you release things that like aren't serving you and things you wanted to get rid of. Okay, so we got intuition, root chakra. There's definitely another card I was going to say that wants to come out. With authority, these came out last time. The root chakra authority card literally came out last time. This also came out last time, the disruption. They don't want me to take that one. I'm just being a nosy bitch and seeing what they are. I just get, again, this stuck energy. This literally came out the last time, or last time I pulled from this deck. Stuck energy, just feeling very conflicted, very stuck. Feels like you guys really don't know where to go. It feels like a lack of clarity. You might be having the traumas and conditionings and things coming up. So you're feeling really stuck and uncertain of where to go and what to do. If you don't have clarity, don't do anything. Just don't do anything. Just process what you're feeling. You don't need to understand why it's happening. You don't need to understand what to do. You don't need to do any of that. All you need to do is process what you're feeling and just acknowledge what you're feeling and start doing your healing stuff. When you're supposed to make it like a choice, it will naturally come to you. It will open up and you'll have the awareness to it. So if you're feeling kind of stuck right now, you're supposed to be in this energy. So if you want to make it easier, start accepting it and just saying like, look, like, no, it's not where I want to be, but it's where I'm at. And I can't control this. It's not something I can do like anything about it. So it's accepting this is where I am. Why am I here? And what can I do for myself to make this better or to make this easier, to stop resisting it? Because the more you try to change it, the more you're resisting it. And the more you're resisting it, the more uncomfortable it is and the heavier it is and the harder, it feels. So when you can surrender to it and you can just say like, it's not where I want to be. I don't like these feelings. I don't like these thoughts. Because there's a lot of thoughts definitely coming up. A lot of thoughts lately coming up, like things that you didn't maybe realize that you think about, like the subconscious stuff I was talking about. So if you can just say like, look, I don't like this, but I'm safe, I'm okay, I'm going to accept where I am. It almost helps release it. It almost helps like just at least calm the chaos down so you can deal with it. And so you can like manage it easier and just relax more. Even if it's heavy, you still relax more. Funny, before I even realized this said 214, Valentine's Day popped in my head. Before I even realized the cards, I keep saying 214 a lot. I feel like somehow Valentine's Day is going to be significant. Not necessarily for a romantic situation. I feel like, I don't know, Valentine's Day, like they're saying like February 14th through February 17th. So I don't know if we have some type of planetary transition or we have something going on, but it feels like there's going to be a period of time where you guys might be getting clarity or there might be certain things kind of taking place or shift. There might be like, I'm getting more of a shift is going to take place between the 14th and the 17th. So today is January 20, I don't know, it's fucking Tuesday, January 24th or 5th. I don't fucking know. So about a little bit over 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, we got intuition, root chakra, authority. What's interesting is this feels like the feminine, this feels like the masculine, and the root chakra is kind of in between them right now. So take it as it resonates. It doesn't matter gender. The feminine energy, it feels like the divine feminine, but the feminine feels like she's kind of in this black hole energy of not really, it's not a lack of intuition. It's more so like seeing the dark side of what her intuition is. It's seeing the shadow of the intuition. So it's like where you had these beliefs because your intuition was leading you one way, you're seeing the shadow of it. But the shadow reflects a lot of times this conditioning and trauma and different things below the surface. So at a conscious level, you might be trusting something, but subconsciously you might be telling yourself a different story because of what you've experienced. And a lot of times that's where like our inner child receives that. So for some of you guys who have been out of balance or conflict, where you're feeling this internal conflict of this is what I'm intuitively feeling, but this is what I'm seeing, or this is what I'm not believing, that is kind of coming to the surface and kind of shaking your core to balance it out. I will say this has been happening to me a lot. Everything that I've gotten as intuition or downloads for myself, I've actually been in this energy for the last few days where I'm seeing the complete fucking opposite of it, where I'm kind of like, wait, did it come in like this or did it mean like this? How did I interpret this? And I'm not trying to argue with it. I'm just trying to understand it. And as I'm understanding it, it's actually showing me my fears. It's actually showing me these beliefs that I have of these fears and these traumas and things like that, which is the root chakra. So with the masculine, I just keep getting fear for the masculine. I just keep getting a lot of fear energy for the masculine. And they keep repeating the word fear to me. It definitely feels when it comes in like that and it's just repeating words like that, a lot of times it's inner child energy. The way when it comes in and it's just a repeating word where you can feel it trying to find a problem, it's usually your inner child. So if you're just kind of unclear of how stuff comes in, you know, take it if it resonates. But it feels like the masculines in this very inner child energy. And a lot of their fears are coming to the surface, but it actually feels like it's helping empower them to see where they're looking for like external validation. They're looking for these like external things that really have not been satisfying them. And it feels like they're not ready to necessarily make shifts, but it feels like they're taking like baby steps forward to make changes in their lives. And this might mean like changing, you know, the way they see friends or not talking to certain people, things like that. Some of them is going to be like a career change or doing something they're passionate about or volunteering or something like that, where it's going to bring them into this more empower empowered energy and help them kind of step into who they are and realize that like they've been valuing themselves on the wrong things and they've been looking at the world through this very materialistic lens, this very conditioned lens. This I can tell you actually accurate as fuck. I've been feeling I'm not even going to talk about it right now. I've been feeling this collective energy with these shifts in the roles of the masculine and feminine. It has been so fucked up. If I do a longer reading tomorrow, I'll talk about it in there. The shit that's been coming up for the last like 2 weeks. But like, the other day when I got hit with it, I got all this collective energy and I could just feel all these people like crying and all this energy. I'm like, God, this is awful. Like, I'll go into it in more detail, like whenever I do like a full reading. But yeah, it feels like, and they're saying the word hermit to me, like some of them might be keeping to themselves, being very reserved. They're also saying the word resistance. So, it's like they're resistant to really seeing things like clearly. And it feels like this resistance to wanting to let go of certain things. It almost feels like, this energy, like, it's like they don't want to let go of like pain or something that happened to them because then it makes them feel like they're out of control and like more vulnerable or something like that. And they don't like that feeling. They don't like to feel like out of control. They like to control and manage things. They want to be like in charge of things. And it feels like if they let go of this energy, this old stuff, they're going to feel uncomfortable and vulnerable. But Spirit's also saying the word desperate. Like they're going to feel very like just this desperation energy and this like anxiety, discomfort. Like, I don't know. It just feels like something from the past, like they don't want to let go of. Is going to make them feel vulnerable. And they just don't want to feel that is what it feels like. Okay, we got flowering on the bottom with understanding. I definitely, with Thunderbolt, some of you guys definitely might be getting a lot of towers or triggers kind of coming up to clear like repressed feelings and emotions, Spirit's saying. With this understanding and flowering, some of you guys might be communicating with somebody soon and getting clarity on certain things that happen. Some of you guys maybe had an argument or fight or some type of disagreement or misunderstanding. So there's going to be some type of, like opportunity for you guys to clear the air and really understand each other. It feels like it's going to help something within that situation blossom or grow and bring kind of clarity and balance to whatever that situation is. We got rebirth, friendliness, the dream. And then we got playfulness, past lives, and harmony. It's interesting the way the cards are because I'm going to show you. So if you notice, they're like on top of each other, the rebirth and the playfulness, like they're both kind of doing like the same stuff. You got past lives and you got friendliness, which is like 2, and they're kind of mirrored. And if you notice, these 2 are mirrored too with the lizards. And then if you notice with these, they're both this very blue, dreamy kind of stars, magical energy. So it's really interesting the way they kind of paired up like on top of each other. I'm going to do a past, present, future card. I've been like wanting to do it all day, so I'm going to do it, I think, after I pull these. With this rebirth, friendliness, the dream. So I'm getting the word defensiveness. Like some of you guys have been really like defensive, really guarded, really just kind of, I don't know, like this lackluster is the word that is coming to my mind. This very just blah energy. And it feels like something's going to kind of come out of you. Like as these energies are leaving, you're going to feel more open. For some of you, it definitely might be a relationship. Like the friendliness and dreams, kind of what I get with this friendliness card is like, some of you, it's like building this friendship and building this like connection in this relationship. And it's going to turn into this type of romantic, like kind of magical relationship you've always desired and you've always dreamed of. It feels fairly like present energy. Like it doesn't feel like in the like future. It feels like kind of almost now or like in the very near future. And it feels very soft. It feels like 2 friends that really just like love each other and understand each other. And it's just like this very light energy, this very like open and kind of playful and like flirty and joking. And then it just kind of turns into like this beautiful connection. Like it literally makes me want to cry feeling this energy. It feels really beautiful. Like, obviously that's not going to be for everybody. So take it if it resonates for you. But yeah, just, I don't know, it feels really nice. Okay. We got playfulness, past lives, harmony. So it feels like some of you guys are like kind of wanting like to spice your life up a little bit. Like you're wanting like more fun, like more happiness. It feels like you've been kind of in just this shitty, like heavy, murky, stuck, like not quicksand. What's that other shit that pulls you down? I guess we can call it quicksand, but that's not what I'm thinking of. Like I keep seeing this like muddy energy. It just looks like mud and you're just like stuck in it. That's what it feels like. And I keep seeing that in my mind, like this just almost like this gray, like wet mud, and you go step in it and it's just like you can't pull yourself out. And it's like a lot of you guys are really wanting just like more fun. Like you're needing like your inner child's needing like fun and playfulness and like magic and like just good things. But it feels like you guys are clearing a lot of like just repressed emotions and feelings and energy. Some of you guys are like working with collective energy. Some of you guys also, it's coming into your spiritual gifts. As they come in, they don't feel fun or nice ever. I can't think of one time I've ever had a spiritual gift upgrade or a gift come in where it felt fucking nice. They never really feel, they don't ever come in where they're just like chill is what I should say. They come in usually where you have to kind of work through shit and figure it out. And it doesn't always feel great as it's coming in. Like a lot of times it's very heavy or very anxious, very uncomfortable, and your body has to kind of adjust to it and you have to kind of figure it out. I also get this mirroring with somebody else. Like some of you guys are mirroring energies or emotions. It's like you guys are pinging each other like energy back and forth because you guys are helping clear like past lives together, but you're also here clearing like family ancestral wounds. This message just came to me, I think it was last night, about how we think mirroring is this thing that we're like kind of told, and half the shit we're told is like bullshit, even the spiritual stuff. We all kind of go into this spiritual awakening whenever we become like aware. I call it the spiritual aware, spiritual awakening is like when you become aware to like the spiritual element of life. It's not just this human existence. You realize that there's more to it. And when you come into that, a lot of times we'll look shit up, we'll do research, you know, we get hit with like angel numbers and we kind of just look to different things. And one of the statements we're always kind of told is you're a mirror of everybody, not even just in the spiritual community. I feel like the psychology community also says this a lot, that everybody's a mirror of you, but everybody's not a mirror of you. And Spirit kind of gave me this yesterday, is everybody's not a mirror of you. Sometimes it's a looking glass and it's up to you to know the difference, is what they kind of told me. I should quote that. It was really cool. Because sometimes somebody is showing you your shadow of a trauma or a conditioning or something that you're doing that is not best for you, or something showing. And it's like when you think of a reflection, you know, it mirrors you. So like if you're angry at somebody, it's probably because you're angry at yourself, which is sometimes true, but also it's not always true. And what I was kind of getting yesterday when this was coming up is when we sit there and say that, we look at ourselves, or hopefully most of us try to do self-awareness. We look at ourselves to kind of see like what this is showing us about us. And if you are triggered, it should be showing you something about you. It's showing you what your feelings are, what your needs are, you know, trauma, whatever it's showing you, right? But it doesn't mean that you are like that person. It doesn't mean that because you recognize it in that person, that is you. And I think that's the problem with telling people that it's a mirror, because all these people are questioning themselves and asking themselves like, oh, I dated a narcissist. Am I a narcissist? Oh, I went through this shit, by the way, when I realized my ex was a fucking sociopath. Went through this a few weeks ago and I was just like, what does that say about me? Like, oh my God, maybe I'm like that. And I didn't go into a spiral, but I kind of like went into like this like rabbit hole of thinking where I was just like, God, like what the fuck does that say about me? Like I'm a horrible fucking person. I'm this. And a lot of us, you know, sometimes it's helpful to go into stuff like that to realize we're not that way. But then there are sometimes that like that little doubt that comes up that's like, well, maybe we are this way and we've been told these things and all of this shit. And it's like, it's not true. Sometimes it's just showing you that you don't make choices that are best for you. Sometimes it's showing you like, if you think about dating a narcissist, why you would date a narcissist, a lot of times it's because you feel like you don't deserve love. You have to chase love. You have these feelings of not being enough and you feel like you have to earn love. And so you choose somebody who is mirroring your parent, who is similar to your childhood or whoever raised you or whoever you have this wound with. Usually it's an abandonment wound. Where they didn't give you love, they didn't give you affection unless you earned it or unless, you know, whatever conditions were met. And then so you find somebody who's like that because you're really subconsciously trying to heal that wound, but you're just repeating it because you're choosing the same person. And so it doesn't mean, the mirror doesn't mean you're a narcissist, doesn't mean you're not lovable, it doesn't mean you're manipulative, it doesn't mean any of those things. It's that person is showing you in the looking glass, we should call it a looking glass, showing you in that looking glass a deeper insight of your subconscious, of your inner child. And so like that is what's going on for some of you guys, where you're seeing that a little bit deeper. If not, you might be soon. If not, this message might not be for you. That's okay. With this Harmony card, it feels like kind of how I said earlier, like this balance, like if you're kind of in conflict of your intuition or what's kind of going on outside of you, shit like that. Like if there's some type of imbalance with something with your mind or your knowing, like what you know but what you feel are two different things, there's going to be balance, there's going to be clarity. It feels like you're not supposed to have clarity right now. You will, I promise you will get the messages. For people who don't get like direct downloads, you'll get like the aha, I always say aha moments, like where something will just click and just make sense to you out of nowhere. And that could be, you just have a thought that pops up and you're just like, oh my God, that makes sense. And you can just feel it and know it, which is usually a download, by the way. Most people just don't call it that. It's like your spiritual team or your soul kind of giving you coding that was already in your body that it just opened up for you to see because you were supposed to at that time. Or you'll read something online or you'll have a conversation and something just clicks and it puts all these puzzle pieces together, but you can feel that it is true. You don't need to logically understand it. You can feel it's true. So for some of you guys, you will be getting this soon. And there's going to be some type of balance that comes in, and it's going to give you clarity on some of the lessons and things you've been going through, and just kind of help you to see more of like your purpose, more of like just kind of why everything's been happening, like things that you don't really understand fully or you thought you understood. And then now you're kind of like, huh? There's a lot, I do want to say this, there's a lot of times where, especially the people who go through like the spiritual shit like I do, it's things are like, very much like an onion is what I like to say, because it can mean something 1 minute and then it changes a few minutes later and it changes a few minutes later. So yeah, sometimes, you know, what something bothered you in one moment might pop up later and be a different energy. There's a deeper purpose to that. I don't even want to explain this. There's a deeper purpose for it. You'll understand it when you're supposed to. We got to get more information. Ow, fuck, I just slammed my elbow. Remain positive and be assertive. Hold on. Damn, that fucking hurt. It's a marble fucking table. That shit is so hard. Yeah, some of you guys, I'm telling you, there's something like a lack of clarity. Like, I just keep getting, don't make a decision based on the fears and thoughts that keep coming up in your mind. Because it feels like a lot of you guys are, as you're getting these repressed thoughts coming up, it's like they're repetitive thoughts or repetitive things that keep coming up, and it doesn't make them true. So don't make decisions based on fear thoughts or repeating thoughts. Don't make decisions based on that. Wait until you get clarity to make decisions. Like, you don't need to jump and impulsively make any decision. I promise you, you don't need to do that. Remain positive and be assertive. I know what the words say, but that's not the message I'm getting. I get this. Be open to different opportunities and changes that are taking place. Like, be open. Like, don't hold on to specifics. Like, you want something, then keep it open. Like, so for me, like, I'm trying to, you know, get a new store. So it's not fixating on what it's going to look like, how all these things, just kind of leaving it open generally. Like, what is it that I want? Like, I want like a bigger store. I want this, you know, type of space. Like, you know, I always tell them like parking lot, because I fucking hate pulling into parking lots that are shitty. They drive me mental. Like, where you can't park in. So it's like, but don't like it's not that you can't be specific, but be open to seeing what comes in for you. And like, it's not like, oh, it has to be this, it has to be this, it has to be this, because you might not see that something's better for you because you're not there yet to see it. That's what that is. With this Be Assertive card, I get you guys need to open your heart. You need to stop fucking hiding who you are and hiding behind a mask of what you really feel. Like, this feels like you guys need to start being vulnerable. Like, you need to start communicating your feelings. You need to start being vulnerable. You need to start opening yourself up and stop trying to hide who the fuck you are. Like, it feels like you're like dulling your light, or being like who you think society thinks you should be, or who you think your family thinks you should be, or there's a shift with that collectively, but I'm just getting this strong ass message to give it to you guys. So, all right, we're going to do past, present, future card. I've been wanting to do this all fucking day. Oh, and it flew out upside down. I love it. All right. That was past. Present. We're doing all of them upside down. Behind a mask. This is literally exactly like that one card I just showed you. And look at this, the stuck energy. This is literally the mud I was talking about that I kept on seeing. Except it feels like y'all are in that. So that's funny as shit. That's actually really funny. That's literally what I kept on picturing in my mind before. What the message I just said about stop fucking hiding and like being who you are. Start being who you are. All right, past, we got courage. Present, we got deserving. And future, we got professional assistance. Ooh, all right. I don't think I've ever done a past, present, future reading before, but I have literally been wanting to do this all day. Past. Oof. So for some of you, it feels like you put yourself out there and something didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Like, you were rejected in some way, whether it was a job, a relationship, a friendship, like something, and it feels like this is still kind of lingering right now. There is some type of rejection, just very specific rejection, where you maybe were really excited about this, you thought it was going to happen, something like that, and you put yourself out there, and you're trying to be vulnerable, and you were like rejected. Feels like some of you guys are clearing this, and you are needing to open yourself back up. With the present and the deserving energy, this is definitely you guys going through this past energy and these repressed feelings to see where you were allowing this to hold you back to get into your worthiness, and to realize that anything, any person, any job, any friendship, any relationship, any situation that left, that didn't want you, that said mean shit to you, that whatever was not right for you. And it had nothing to do with your worth. It had nothing to do with you not deserving shit. It had nothing to do with your value. It had nothing to do with that at all. And a lot of you guys are clearing that and coming into this energy right now where you're starting to see past the past. With the future, professional assistance, I kind of want to pull another card with this, but I'm going to tell you what I get, and then I'm going to pull another, going to pull another card with this. This, I definitely get some type of opportunity for you guys, some type of contract, some of you, it's a job or career opportunity, or some type of contract, like a housing thing. Maybe you're moving. Some of you, I do get like this traveling thing, like you're gonna, like, I don't know if you're gonna like VRBO something like Airbnb, or you're gonna go like out of the country where you sign up for something that's like a week or 2 long tour or something like that. But it feels like something like that. For some of you, it's like contracts for like a lease or housing or something like that. That's kind of cool. But it feels like whatever it is, Spirit is definitely guiding you. Ooh, okay. I got some fucking energy with that one. Are we just like doing extra cards? Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Oh, okay. I randomly put this to the side. I didn't even realize I did that. Hold on. Okay, this is like a totally separate message. It is like all over the place. Okay. The Loving Man card came out with this. For some of you, it feels like there's going to be a masculine energy that comes in and helps you with this. So for some of you, if it's like a business or job thing, it's going to be somebody that helps you with it. For some of you, this is like a spiritual thing. I forgot to say that before. For some of you, this is like a spiritual thing, spiritual assistance kind of helping you. But for this, it's like this masculine that's kind of helping you plan something, or helping you move, or helping you with something like that. If you guys are traveling, it might be that you're traveling with another person. Like, it doesn't have to be a man, but definitely feels like it. It feels like this masculine energy that's going to come in and help you in whatever way that is. So I'm going to leave that pretty open. Okay. They want me to read this, and then I'm done with the reading because it's way longer than I planned on doing it. Okay. We got back and forth, transformation, and stuck energy. Got a lot of masculine energy in this one too. So whoever like was going back and forth, it might be a masculine, but it could be just really anybody. I get some masculine energy with it, so just take it if it resonates. Where they were going back and forth, where it's like they were moving forward with something. You were another person. Moving forward with something, and then it's like they're running away, and moving forward with something and run away. So it was like they were going into this new energy, and then they were going backwards to the old energy. It feels like they're going through some type of big transformation where they're not going to keep going backwards, but it feels like they're still going backwards right now. Like, and they're saying illusion, like there's some illusion being presented to you about this situation, and it feels like they're going backwards, but it doesn't necessarily mean they are. If you're in that illusion, it's because you're supposed to be making a different choice, and you're supposed to be focusing on you and handling your own shit and not worrying about somebody else, which is kind of the message I gave you guys at the beginning about focusing on you. With this stuck energy, it feels like this contemplative energy where, if this is about a masculine, this is kind of what I'm getting, is they were feeling really stuck, and this gave them an opportunity to really start getting clarity and understanding of why the fuck they keep going backwards and making choices that are not good for them. And it feels like they would just keep reverting back to this conditioning, this collective conditioning bullshit. And it feels like they're trying to resist the old energy. Like they're trying to to like move forward with it. And it definitely feels like, and I just saw 444, it definitely feels like some resistance, but it feels like they're going to move forward. It's going to happen fairly quickly. It's like it's not them resisting. It feels like this energy kind of pulling them back, but it's because they're needing to work through it and resist it so their energy can grow, which I've been getting this message a lot with that whole collective thing that I went through. So, basically, I'll explain how it happens for me when I'm doing transmutation energy. So a lot of times I'll get a trigger about something. It will feel like it's about me. It will come in like it's about me in a situation. I don't always know which one it is at the time. Sometimes it actually feels like mine. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's mine and then the onion shifts and then it's actually collective stuff. But things will be presented to me a certain way, even if they're not true. And they have me work through it as if I'm in this situation. And it will be this very strong, heavy, resistant ass energy. And this just happened a few days ago. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was because they needed my resistance and me to feel this in a strong ass way to help the people that I was helping with their energy needing to heal this. And they needed to feel my strength to stand up for them. And they needed to feel this. So sometimes when we're getting hit with this energy where we're trying to move forward, but it's kind of feels like it's very resistant and pulling us the opposite way, it's because we're needing to break through of this for whatever reason to really break cycles with certain things. And so it's not that they're trying to go backwards or not, they're trying to pull through it, and they are. But when we have the resistance, it's because something in us needs to grow. If we had a little baby bump to move forward, there wouldn't really be anything the energy wouldn't grow. You know, like if you're growing in an empowering energy, we'll just use that as an example. If you're growing in an empowering energy and your energy is like this, when you're getting hit with resistance, the muscle of it, the resistance of it helps it expand bigger. So whatever this resistance energy is, it's helping you to expand bigger than what it needs to be. And so it might be forcing you to be stuck and feel depressed and feel like shit. And it might be forcing you to face your demons and all these like inner belief systems and all these fears and all this stuff. But because you're feeling like so much shit and you're hating this energy, it's making you literally want to pull away from it where you don't have to go through it again, which is actually expanding your energy, which is actually expanding your self-worth, your self-esteem, your courage, your faith, like all of these things that you probably just don't realize it's doing, whatever it is for you individually, because it will be different for everybody. So that's what it feels like with this masculine energy is like they're stuck because they're being forced to be stuck. So they will pull past this and resist it. And the expansion, it's the same thing as like a muscle. You need resistance to build a muscle, to build strength. You need resistance to enhance, increase your energy, to increase whatever this is. So whatever this is that's going on, it definitely feels like they're already making plans for the future. They already kind of know what they want to do. They're just kind of in this energy and they're being forced to be stuck in it. If you're a feminine, you're, kind of dealing with a masculine who's in this right now or something like this, you need to focus on yourself. Like everybody can handle their own shit. Unless somebody asks for your help, it's not your responsibility. You don't need to go chase people to help them. You don't need to go fix people. Everybody can fix their own shit. This is not being a bitch. Everybody can fix their own shit. If they need your help, then let them ask for your help. We need to start empowering people, not enabling. We need people to be able to say, look, I need help, and ask for it. Not expect people to just know they need help. Because when you're expecting people to know that you need help, you're creating this codependency and putting other people to be responsible for you and your emotions and what you're going through, which is keeping them focusing on you instead of themselves. And it's keeping you in this victim, like, woe is me bullshit that people need to come to your rescue and save you when you can rescue and save yourself. So I hope that made sense. And wow, way longer than I expected. But anyway, I hope this helped. And I hope you guys all have an awesome night.